Hello and welcome to the Fangirl Nation podcast bonus episode.
Ooh!
I am Leah Bryant.
Hi, I'm Amber and Leah.
And this episode would just be a short tidbit where we'll be focusing on The Devil Wears Prada 2.
We've got an interview with the director in this episode, guys. That's crazy stuff. And we're going to have our review because the review embargo has officially lifted. The movie is out in 2 days. So this is going to be spoiler free. Yes.
We'll try our best.
If you don't want to know anything about this movie, don't watch this because, you know, sometimes I actually like to go into a movie blind. But we're not going to give away big spoilers. We're just going to talk about, it's a general review.
Exactly. We'll be commenting on the first movie and this movie. General review, not very spoilerful.
Yeah, but let's get into it.
We went to the premiere yesterday and it was really cool. The cast were there. All the talent was there.
All of them.
They came and introduced it. They looked like they're having a great time. They also looked unreal.
They looked unreal. I think they were also maybe happy because it was the last stop of their press tour.
Oh, is it?
Done.
Good for them.
Yeah.
They work hard, didn't they? Them actors.
Just flying around the world, smiling and waving.
People clapping at you.
Yeah. I think what is so... It's just a nice movie because, like, it's very rare that something like this comes along where you have the OG 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. Such a cult classic now, like just an institution. And then to get a sequel with all of the main cast 20 years on, see what they're doing 20 years on.
An actual sequel, because like we say, most of the time, reunions or whatever, it's just like a set tour.
Yeah, well, it is a reunion. You just get a 20-year reunion.
And that's not what people want. I want you to tie up some loose ends.
Like we said, we want an episode.
And they gave us a bloody film.
We know now what those characters are doing. So one thing I will say is that, like, even if you didn't like the movie, then it's like, well, you still get to see what those characters are up to in a way, compared to, like, there are some legacy sequels don't even have the original cast. They're like full-on reboots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this was really, really nice. It picks up 15 years later, 20? Sorry, it picks up 20 years later.
Yeah.
Andy Sachs is out working at another journal.
She's had her hard-hitting journalist's career.
But some reason she ends back up at Runway Magazine.
And Runway Magazine is having a terrible time because everything's digital. No one's buying the magazine anymore. Very modern issues. They're all on social. Budgets are getting cut.
Actually, I will like to say what's quite nice what they did at the premiere is we got a physical
Runway Magazine.
At the after party, we got a physical copy of Runway Magazine, and having physical media is actually such a joy.
And it's a full magazine. Like, this
with
is a full
articles and photo shoots. It's stunning. So thank you for that. But yeah, it's back to Runway Magazine, which actually in the film is now a lot more digital. And we have Andy Sachs returning. We have Simone Ashley as assistant 1, so replacing Emily.
Just read a little bit of the editor's letter from Miranda Priestley.
Yes.
As we literally and figuratively shed the heavy layers of winter, we collectively begin to embrace renewal. Spring does not arrive with a flourish, but with a quiet confidence. Freshness reveals itself subtly, yet clarity. This is all very flowery. Vision was at the forefront of this year's runway gala, with the most brilliant and fearless minds in fashion, art and culture displaying their interpretation of our theme, spring florals. I won't read it all. It's interesting because all the ads are the main sponsors of the movie. Tresemme, Dior,
Diet Coke.
Look at this. This is amazing. It's a full magazine. Anyway, sorry.
It's a beautiful coffee table memento that I'm keeping forever.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone's returning. It's very much following their stories along. And no spoiler alert, but to be expected, it ties up everyone's stories at the end, which is lovely.
Do you know what it is to me is where the first one felt like it was this big milestone in, like, almost just celebrating or championing women being individuals and chasing their goals and their careers. And that's very much about what the first one was about, and, like, pursuing your own passions and your dreams, whatever was right for you, and not succumbing to what everyone else thinks and, like, actually needing to work hard. Whereas the second one is about the people in your lives, I think.
It's very much about understanding people.
Yeah.
Outside of what they're saying at work.
Yeah, like the first one was more about the individual and understanding and knowing yourself. Whereas this one is...
like, it's about Andy understanding Miranda.
And Emily. And Nigel and their relationship.
And it's, you know, about Miranda understanding Nigel. And there's a lot of points which are, like, tearjerker moments. I feel like Anne Hathaway just had tears in her eyes constantly.
She's like, guys, I'm really good at this, let me show you how much I can do. I can cry on demand, guys. I want an Oscar.
And
Crying, playing Fontaine.
And she really showed us. She showed us in this film. And there were a few moments where I got emotional. Some of the girls cried
Yeah, they did.
watching it, which I thought was lovely. Lovely people crying, but nice to see people show emotions today.
It's very wholesome.
It very much is. I would say it's not as like groundbreaking, revolutionary as the first one, but it still has that wholesome feel.
I think even in the first one was earning everyone's respect. Like, when the film was being made, people were scared of like what Anna Wintour would think. A lot of designers didn't want to give clothes for it because they weren't sure if like they worked with the movie, and then if Anna Wintour didn't like it, what would they think? Whereas now, this time, it's like they've got the backing of everyone. Like, it knows that it is
Donatella Versace's in it.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
it very much is a legacy sequel.
Yeah.
And you can bloody tell with the outfits, the fucking fashion in it, as to be expected.
The fashion slap. I didn't feel like we saw as much of the Andy that we see at the end of the first one, where she's like, I don't need all that fashion. She is who she is. But I get that now she's like, she's working for Runway. But it felt like she was...
But I feel like everything she did was very much in her own way.
Yeah.
I felt it was very true to Andy Sachs. So like she looked amazing, but she was wearing like a heeled boot.
I love how there was no mention of Nate. It was just like, I'm not married, you know, I never worked out.
And Simone Ashley,
she was really good in it.
She was really good acting wise, but also just beautiful to look at. Absolutely stunning. Every time I was like, what's Simone gonna wear in this next scene?
Also, the amount of cameos in this movie, crazy. Amelia de Moldenberg, Lady Gaga. I thought BJ Novak was perfect in this. Perfectly cast.
As BJ Novak always is. Like, I just feel like he always gets these like bratty roles, and he was fucking unreal.
Side note, BJ Novak and Mindy Kaling, is it his kid? I don't know.
No.
Do you not think?
No, I don't think it is, but I do believe they are in love.
Yeah. Longest situationship of all time.
Fully.
Back to Devil Wears Prada.
Do they have a bigger budget for this one?
I would assume they have a bigger budget.
You could tell because they filmed loads. Well, it seemed like they filmed loads of it in Milan, and they were in the most beautiful sets.
Yeah, it was
like Lake Como.
It's really made me want to go to Lake Como.
Bloody unreal.
Unreal to look at. Oh, do you know what? I love the whole storyline about the rich divorce. Very much Jeff Bezos and his ex.
Love that.
Jeff Bezos, if he was an idiot.
Yeah.
Because why was one of the richest men in the world so dumb in this movie? It was funny. But I really liked that.
Yeah. And I think they pulled a lot on like the character development of the main three throughout the film, which I thought was really, really nice to see where like Emily had gotten herself. And I think one thing that was really interesting that you were really nervous for was them just like 10 billion nods.
They did have a few.
They had a few, but they could have done a lot more. And I know people in our audience was expecting a lot more. Like, people kept being like, oh, this is when she's going to say that's all. And they were saying it out loud. And then she wouldn't say it. And I was like, ha, they gotcha.
But she did say it once.
She did say it once, and I think she said it very well.
She did, actually. It felt right in the moment.
It's very different to the way she said it and used it in the first film.
She wore a cerulean blue sweater at the end, which you didn't notice.
I didn't notice. I just thought she had a nice little outfit on with her nice high boots.
It was a new version.
Yeah. But I like that nod. A little nod. They've got a nod to it.
But the only thing for me is, like, the film... She doesn't know that she's in a movie that's nodding, like, actually a very bad day in her career when she got, like, owned by Miranda Priestley.
But I feel like, again, it's part of her character development because now she understands the importance of cerulean. So she bought herself a nice cerulean jumper.
Yeah, but would she... Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a bit of fan service. But fine, it was good. It was subtle.
It was subtle. I didn't even notice it. So
I can't believe you didn't even notice it. But do you know what? I actually really want to watch them back to back.
That will be a fun weekend.
I think I made a mistake of not watching the first one before watching this. I think I must have watched the first one like over a year ago.
Yeah,
more.
Same.
But I really enjoyed it. Very wholesome.
It was very wholesome. It did what I needed to do. It tied up stories. It brought us along for the ride. I personally had no complaints. I thought it was a nice little movie.
Yeah.
Nice little movie. That's ridiculous. Nice huge movie with a massive budget.
Huge. It's got a lot of heart in it, I feel.
And I feel the director, he had a lot of heart in it as well. Like, he did a little speech beforehand. And it came across in the film.
And what he also said, and what Meryl said, she was like, we made it for you guys. And I think that is clear. Like, they made it for the fans.
100%.
And like we say, they didn't just do a reunion. They made a whole movie just for everyone to see where these characters are at. And it has had such a lasting impact on people. So
in regards to reunions and making things for the fan, everyone take note. take note, I'd say.
Any producers are listening to this?
Take note. Do it for the fans. Do it because we want it, please. But directed by the same director.
Directed by the same director, David Frankel.
Mm-hmm.
He also directed Marley and Me,
Mm-hmm.
who I have extremely fortunately have had the opportunity to interview for this movie. At the time of recording, I haven't spoken to him yet. It's tomorrow.
How are you feeling about it?
I'm really excited. Now that I've seen the movie, I just want to talk to him about it. And so he's my second director that I've third director actually. But it's really fun, I think, talking to directors because it is like their baby.
Yeah.
Because they are so involved in all the different elements of the filmmaking.
And I guess they can answer all the questions because sometimes with actors, they'll be like, oh, well, that was the writer, that was the director. Whereas the director is on it all.
So here is my interview with the director of The Devil Wears Prada, a little Fangirl Nation exclusive. So enjoy. David, it is such a pleasure to be talking to the director of The Devil Wears Prada 1 and 2. I watched the movie a few days ago. I loved it. Oh. I founded something called the Fangirl Nation, which is a community I started for women to bond over whenever they're fangirling in books, TV, music, and film. And so I asked the community what The Devil Wears Prada means to them from when they first watched it to now. And a lot of women said that it's what inspired them to work in fashion, marketing, and media. And then a lot of them also said it just inspired them to push themselves and work really hard in the careers that they've chosen. So when you made the first movie 20 years ago, did you have any idea that you would be shaping how young women see ambition and their identity?
I mean, I didn't have any idea that we'd have the impact that it turns out that we had, but it was our goal, honestly. For me, in the novel of The Devil Wears Prada, Miranda's the villain, and it's a revenge story, and Andy works to destroy Miranda in some way. And I didn't want to tell that story because, for me, Miranda's the heroine. Mm-hmm. Someone who works very hard, whose goal is always excellence. Her mission is to celebrate the best of creativity and human achievement in her magazine. Those were all admirable objectives, and the fact that she's a little bit flawed or maybe not so nice to people or just overly efficient, it didn't seem worthy of criticism. So is she tough on people? Yes, but only because she wants people to aim higher, and she sets the bar really high. And it's great to hear that you're celebrating, that level of hard work.
Well, I mean, another thing that came up is people say that they've grown up with the movie and they revisit it at different stages of their lives. They watch it with their mums, and it's become such a nostalgic, personal thing to people. So when you were revisiting it for the sequel, knowing that it is something that is so personal and special to people, did that change how you wanted people to feel when they walked out of the cinema?
I mean, the feeling that you want when you walk out of any great movies, you want to, I always describe it as like your chest swells a little bit, like you just feel more alive, and you feel like you've lived through something meaningful. And it can be entertaining, it can be dramatic, it can be, sad or happy, whatever it is. It just made you feel something. And so that's always the goal. And what's nice after 20 years is because the audience has a history with the characters, you feel even more, right? You fill in the blanks of the time that's gone by, and you understand everything that they've suffered through, and all the battles they fought, all the sacrifices they've made to keep their jobs or to maintain their relationships. And that weight just makes everything more meaningful.
And it did. I felt that feeling in my chest when I watched this movie. Something I like to ask everyone is, what are you currently fangirling over?
I'm failing. This is not girly, maybe, but
doesn't have to be girly.
Yeah, I am fangirling over Rory McIlroy's 2 Masters wins.
Okay, my husband was very much invested in this as well.
We just get mesmerized by him. He's very charismatic.
Yeah.
It was, I was so thrilled when he won last year. and it was great to have him come to the set and be able to chat with him about it.
Yeah.
And the fact that he won again this year was amazing to me.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was thinking, who's going to put the blazer on him? He can't put it on himself.
Yeah.
But okay, I think our time's up. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Great to see you.
Hello, we're back. Hopefully that interview went well.
Yeah. Hopefully there's something to put in.
Hopefully that all was good.
Hopefully it was the best interview ever. Wow, Amber, congratulations.
I did so well.
Woohoo.
Can't even believe the conversation that we had.
I can't wait to listen to it. But in summary, go watch it.
Go watch it.
We're not being paid to say that. It's
No.
just a lovely it's just a lovely film, and if you're a fan of the first one, you will enjoy this one.
100%.
And this is our first
Special episode. Let us know what you think.
and maybe we'll do some more.
Okay,
Right.
thanks. We will
Well.
see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.